That's the sign. Always to the right, they're all to the left. From the main road, walk up Warren Fold. Get back to you when there's something more interesting. Warren Fold, you go straight on and through the gates into the field. After the first field, you come through another kissing gate, you come down the hill, straight across. Close the fells over there. Across this field, we're going to another kissing gate, and then we're going to be heading towards the fells. Right, as you finish coming up through the fields, you'll see it's Stonyhurst Observatory. That's, I think, Stonyhurst College itself. And you turn right, initially go up the track, and then follow it down the hill. I've put, Small has been on the lead, but I've put the Celtic one on the lead because I think it's a bit of a road. It's not a very well made road, but it's a road. At the farm, you turn left and follow the public footpath past all these buildings. So that's the college off up to the left, and we'll see you at the next turning point. After that walk from Stonyhurst, you come to a road and it's almost straight across. Right, by all accounts, Tolkien stopped in one of these lodges round here called New Lodge, don't know which one it is, when he was visiting his son at Stonyhurst College. So, get a look at the views. Some more views of the fell over there. So far, it's been a nice walk. It's not too muddy. You could do with at least a good pair of walking shoes. Boots, I've got boots on. Right, I'll get back to you at the next. You get into a turn in the track, and instead of continuing on the track, you follow the public footpath sign. It looks like it's got fake grass. It is. So they've even carpeted this area, this part of it for you. Smaller just walks into the gate post. She can't see where she's going. So anyway, there we go. So far, this path has been really well defined. And now it's even carpeted. Right, after coming down through the woods, you get to this little bridge. Some nice crenellations on it, just fanciness. And you get to the River Hodder down at the bottom. Now you follow the trail and you go up that hill, rather than, I think that goes to not very much. That's not the footpath anyway. I think you can get down to the river there. Right. Onwards and upwards. Right, so we're not at a turning point yet, but it's a nice walk past the River Hodder. We are going to be coming up to Cromwell's Bridge, so named because it's an old pack mule bridge, and Oliver Cromwell crossed it when he was travelling from Sladeburn, I think, to the Battle of Preston. So yeah, I'll show you that when we get to it. Here we are at Netton Bridge that crosses the River Hodder, and that is Cromwell's Bridge. Bit of history there. Whether Cromwell actually used that bridge or not, it must have been in better condition then. But some think he used a different bridge higher up the river. Right, I forgot to mention, when you come out onto the road at Mitten Bridge, you need to turn right. Don't cross over the bridge, turn right and walk up the hill. There is a footpath, as you can see. A man doing some sheepdog training. At the top of the hill, you get to Knowles Brow. You can see that's where we've come from, and then don't follow the road. Take the public footpath. Again, we're going across fields. Try and get through the Kissing Gate. Come on. Come on, good girl. There you go. And then it's obvious there's another gate straight across the field. Go through that, up the hill, end up coming back to the River Hodder before the confluence with the Ribble. Right, that's a view. Back along the Hodder, you can see Cromwell's Bridge in the foreground, Mitten Bridge and the Hodder, and we come all the way around there. Going up to the hill, up to the hill, up to the hill, lad. Going up the hill, and we'll see what views are at the other side. There's a nice little woodland down to the Hodder. I think that's Stonyhurst College again. So that's the view from the top of the hill that we just come up. Nice walk this. Highly recommend it. I believe it can get really muddy, but it's been fine. It hasn't gone past nowhere near the ankles. So yeah, we come across the field, down the hill, and it's quite clearly labelled, marked with a new signpost. Several signposts. Obviously people are getting another signpost. Perhaps people have been going right. Well signposted. I should have thought you could just come straight through the farmyard. This is Winkley Cottage. So apologies about that. I got busy talking. But yeah, it's quite clearly signposted which way the footpath goes. So you're not going to have any difficulty, I wouldn't have thought. If you do, shoot me. So once you're through, again, another quite clear footpath sign with additional Tolkien trails signs. So straight down. Here we are. This is the Hodder. That's the Ribble coming through. So here we are at the confluence with the Ribble, where that's the River Hodder there, and it leads into, it's a main tributary of the River Ribble, and here we are. That's a quite interesting oak tree. Thinking it's had some sort of damage in the past, but the bottom, as you can see, has swelled out into a ball. I've just done a geocache. There only appears to be one on the whole of the Tolkien trail, which I don't think it's even, it's where the rivers meet, I think, so it's not even dedicated to the Tolkien trail. But just starting to rain, but it's a nice walk along the river here. This is the River Ribble, and we're heading downstream with it. So basically, just follow the river. It's been fairly self-explanatory so far, but I just thought I'd mention this. We're on quite a nice farm track. Don't follow it up there, you'd be going the wrong way. There isn't, as far as I can see, a signpost, but yeah, as you can see, it's quite a well trod path, and basically you're just following the public footpath, but there isn't, at that point, there isn't a public footpath sign to say follow the river. You're still following the river. Until I say otherwise, follow the river. Well, we've been quite spoilt so far. This is the roughest part, I'd say. We've come across that bridge and we've got to go up here. It looks like there have been steps, but they washed out at some point. So this is I think they've upgraded the trail, and this part hasn't been done yet. So looks like people have gone round there to avoid the lack of steps, because it is quite muddy, as you can see. And that's the Ribble down there. We're nearly back now, which is a good job, because it started snowing. 5 o'clock, and it was forecast to start snowing at 5 o'clock. So you can't grumble with that one, for a change. So that's back towards the Ribble where we come from. We're going up the hill back to Hurst. Right, so here we are, back at the beginning again, back at the main road, at least. So that's the Tolkien Trail. Very nice walk. Back at Avenue Road, that's where we go.